Thank you very much, Steve. Now, Patty's speech today is going to come from the level 2 of her pathways, effective coaching. And the project is the third project, which is the introduction to Toastmasters mentoring. So her objective today is to present a speech about a time when she was a protege and share the impact and importance of having a mentor. Now, with that very clear objective in line, if we may together invite Toastmaster Patti Adams. Mentors can change your life. Mentors can change your life. Patti Adams, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Evaluator. Mentors can change your life. Toastmasters have plenty of mentors. Maybe you've heard of a few. In fact, maybe one has even been assigned to you from a time or two. I'm going to take you back into time when I myself needed a mentor, but didn't even realize that I needed one. I had just started a new job. I was so excited. I started working as a young teen, as a finance person, and then an accountant. But I didn't get my degree until later on. In fact, I was 50 years old. Starting with my degree, I went to this new company and I was going to be an accountant. I love accounting, even though people say number crunchers are really boring. Y'all know me and Toastmasters, I'm everything but boring. I started this job, and to my surprise, the very first thing that my manager told me when I arrived was, welcome, and right after that, oh, by the way, all of your accounts are in the red. What? Okay, so let me let you all in on a little secret. For you all who don't know about accountants, you never want to hear that every single account is in the red. That means no one's getting billed, no money is coming into the company for that particular project. So it was my job to turn all those accounts into green. I didn't know that they had 4 people before me. And those 4 people basically all got fired because they didn't know what they were doing. So I said, no problem. I went to my manager and I told my manager, I've got this, but you have to support me. I sent my project managers an email and I said, I need the billing terms. I need the contracts. I need the tax documents. I need everything I need to have to build these clients. The project manager said, I'm not giving you anything. Those stupid accounting people, we've sent that stuff 5, 6 times and they've lost it all. I was in fear. Oh, by the way, the acronym for fear is false evidence appearing real. Well, let's tell you, it was definitely real to me at that moment. I sent him a message back and said, well, no billing is going to be done if you don't send me anything. I went and I got my chair and I sat down and I was trembling. How am I going to do this job and actually do what I said I'm going to do? And I immediately contacted my manager and I said, I need some help. She said, nobody trains you here at this job. You should already know what you're doing. What? I'm not going to be trained? Well, that was quite the surprise. But I had a sweet lady named Cynthia Flores. She became my angel and I didn't even know it. Now, let me tell you this. One of the things about Cynthia is she was very mild and she was very meek, but she was a hard worker. She worked so very hard. She didn't really have time to become my mentor, and I didn't have time for her to be me to be her protege. But because she wanted to see me succeed, she said, Patti, I will help you. I can only give you a few minutes a day, but I will help you in any way that I can. So she would pull her chair over day after day, and she would take that 10 or 15 minutes just to show me the basics. I didn't need a lot. I had been doing accounting at that time for 25 years. I just needed to know where the cost reports was. I needed to know where the balance sheets was. I needed to have the tools. I worked on Oracle at an old company. They worked on SAP. There's JD Edwards. Oh my gosh, there's so many accounting databases. I just needed the basics. Well, she helped me to get the basics. In fact, not only that, but in addition to that, she started taking breaks with me and lunches with me just to be sure that I would succeed. She was patient. She was loyal. She was kind. So if you're wondering, what are some of the qualifications for a mentor, not only in Toastmasters, but in other places, it's that that person is available. They are dependable. They are reliable. They're knowledgeable. They are confident. They are concerned about you. And most of all, they're sensitive. So they're not going to be dogmatic. You can pretty much call them anytime, day or night, send them an email or a text and say, hey, I need this. And guess what? They will be there for you. I probably would have not succeeded at that job had it not been for Cynthia. And I can't tell you the name of the company for confidential reasons, but I will tell you this: she left a mark on me. And when she left that mark on me, it let me know that I myself needed to pay mentoring forward. So today I mentor 2 Toastmasters members. I won't say what the names are because that's not important. What's important is that I am doing the same thing for them that she did for me. I love being able to mentor others. I hope that you are ready to mentor someone. Find someone today that you can bless. Find someone today that maybe you need to hold their hand. Find someone today that you can assist in any way you can. What Cynthia did is a quote that I've heard many times. It's a phrase, it's an English phrase. Perhaps you all have heard it. Cynthia took me under her wing. And when she took me under the wing, I became that little bird that needed some assistance and some help. I became that little bird that needed to know how to spread my wings. And I even became that eagle, and I learned how to soar onto the next level of accounting. Do you need a mentor today? Let us know. We will be here to help you. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Our second evaluator tonight has been transferred to Hagen Elhager. So Hagen will be evaluating Patty's speech. So I would like to now invite Hagen to the stage. Hagen.
Thank you very much, Steve. So first and foremost, thank you very much for making it, Patty, despite the incredibly early hours, because that amount of dedication is something I definitely cannot and am unable to emulate and mirror because I am non-functional in the morning. And in saying that, despite the early hour, my goodness, the energy in that speech, we could feel it even though we are halfway around the world. And that was an incredibly powerful message. Now, just to reiterate, Patty's speech was about sharing with us the impact of her being a mentee and also telling us what a mentor does. And it is of my belief that she definitely achieved that because throughout that story, she made very clear steps in terms of showcasing and also setting up the story in which we can actually feel and see Patty entering the company, meeting the people, and experiencing the complications that she had to face. Now, this is seen through Patty using the camera very, very effectively, basically turning her room and the view of the camera into a stage where we were finally able to see Patty for the first time in our meetings, not actually seated and planted in front of a screen as we're so accustomed to do so. And that shift in how she presented that story was already very powerful in terms of actually highlighting the different stages of that story when she was standing, telling her story, moving back a little bit, coming forward, sitting down as she entered. And for the first time, at least for me, it felt like that first time you made it to the desk of your job and you saw, hey, this is what I have to face. But then taking a step back again and telling us the story of a mentor, telling us about Cynthia. Now, in that story, you definitely taught us a lot in terms of what it means to be a very effective mentor as well, in how caring she was and how sensitive she was to your needs. And that is definitely something that I feel you also you actually demonstrate during your time here with us in Hong Kong MBA Toastmasters. And with that, I would also like to highlight that in Patty's speech, I'm not sure if everyone else here was aware in that she actually displayed two types of mentorship. One, an active membership through her story with Cynthia, where Cynthia was actively assisting her, facilitating her growth and learning, but also passively through being a role model, through showing us how it's done, through showing us what actually works in how she acts and the story that she tells. And for that, thank you very much for sharing that story with us and also leaving with such an impactful message about about the effectiveness of mentorship. Thank you very much, Steve.